Hey, good afternoon, everyone. David and Kennedy here again for another weekly tip on a golf fundamental that we see as very quite often misdone or misplayed here in the backswing, and it's the early part of the backswing. What starts the backswing away? It's a little different feel for everyone, but there's a couple of things that if you get those correct, it just lets you make your backswing complete and really efficient, which also helps the downswing. Right, so we're going to talk about the early start of the backswing. A couple of things that we feel like you get right, you'll hit the ball better. All right, so the first one obviously starts with a sound setup and grip, and long grip pressure. Make sure the grip's not too tight, but also we hear people say, well, my hands are loose. We don't want them on the club loose, but so it's a little bit of firmness in the fingers, but light. I'm going to go over a couple of key points that if you get these correct, it's really going to help you get into the backswing in a proper position at the top, which really sets the table from that downswing to occur. So Kennedy, what are some specific key points that you look for in your takeaway, things we try to teach our players here at the farm?
So I think once you start at address, the first couple of feet back really set the foundation for the rest of your swing, which the takeaway seems like kind of a minor, not that big of a deal, but these first couple of feet really set up the balance of the shaft and your ability to, from here, just rotate to the top. So one of the most common things I see is that we get disconnected straight from the address position. When we take it back, we see the arms tend to float, or we see a little bit of rolling of the wrist away. So I think to make it all kind of flow a little better, you've got to have some connection between chest, arms, and the club. So what I try to do is I'm going to feel like the first couple of feet, this all works together as one piece. And to key on that, I always try to feel like the club head is working just slightly outside of my hands as I take it back that first couple of feet.
Right, keeps you connected?
Yeah. From here, it's pretty much just going to be a rotation to the top with my upper body.
Right.
Which gets the club in a balanced position. From there, I'm able to transition a lot smoother.
Yeah, what do you think, one of the things that I see that's violated probably more than anything in the backswing is excessive hand rolling or hand motion away, where the club's just sort of rotated or taken too fast behind the golfer, too far behind him, I should say. Is it, you see that also quite of a common thing?
Yeah, that's a bad habit.
Yeah, so show them. So we see a lot of sort of this. People really rip the club inside independently with their hands. You got the club off balance for one thing, but it also, it was so fast and got behind they didn't turn.
Yeah, it really will shut down your rotation if you get this club off balance really early. From here, I've kind of run out of room, so my arms have to ride up.
Right.
And I haven't been able to properly rotate. A good drill just to work on takeaway is you're going to have just kind of a little bit, I call it like a train track type of drill, 2 alignment rods. You're going to set up, and so basically you're going to feel like the grip works straight back along this line of this first track. And from there, it gets in a pretty balanced position.
Yeah, club's light at that point.
Yeah, you'll see if you try to go out too much or roll it in, we missed our checkpoint.
Yeah.
So just keeping this working down the track. From here, it's just a rotation to the top.
There you go. Perfect.
So that's just one simple way to kind of clean up the takeaway, make sure everything's balanced and connected. And it makes the swing and transition a lot more smooth. Yeah,
I agree. Great drill to coordinate that whole effort to the top of the swing, early part of the backswing. Well, we hope this helps. Work on these things. Work on the backswing. Blend in a little bit of rhythm, a little timing with that, and we think it'll set the golf club more correct at the top of swing to allow you to move into the downswing, which is really where you start pouring the power on. But thanks, everyone. Hope this helps.